Okay, we're going to be diving into how we're going to be using LinkedIn, how we have been using LinkedIn at the end of 2021, how we're going to be using it going into 2022. This is how we're using LinkedIn to help us grow our network and create opportunities for our business relatively on autopilot. So this isn't totally passive. There are some more passive ways to do it. I'm going to walk you through how you can do this in a way that's only going to require a VA, or potentially you could even do this manually on your own. We're going to talk about one way you can do it that's like really good, and there's another way you can do it excellent, which is using a tool called Sales Navigator. So let's go through this. What is the goal of this process here? The goal equals more leads. And we're just going to say, or opportunities. And I bring this up because what's been cool is, as you're going to see my process, it's actually led to opportunities that are not strictly direct leads. There are other people who I'm connecting with that are saying, hey, I could help you out, or I'd be interested in something else that you have. So this could be really powerful for you by just increasing your reach. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, a couple of things that you need to know about LinkedIn first. What are the limitations of doing a strategy like LinkedIn? So we're going to put limitations. "100 connection requests per week." So if you think about it, that's equals to what, 400 a month. So 400 a month then, right? Because 4 weeks in a month, so 400 a month. But for a lot of people, that's going to be plenty. And there are other ways around this. We're not going to go into what are the other ways to get around that. But for now, just think that you can do 100 connection requests per week. I've actually found to be able to do a lot more than that. So I'm not sure if maybe I have some, way of getting around that without having to do anything. But I would just say what LinkedIn is telling us is 100 connection requests per week. So keep that in mind. So you can do 400 a month. I'm actually seeing it more like 100 actual connections a week more than requests. But again, just based on what LinkedIn is saying, send 100 connection requests per week. So what do we need to do and what do we need to have? So before we get started, here is the strategy overall. So we're going to talk about strategy. And this is what's been working for us. And it's something I was just testing to see, will this work? Here's what we're doing. So we are going to get targeted list. We do this in one of two ways. We do one regular LinkedIn. Two is using Sales Navigator, which I highly recommend. I'm going to walk you through the actual tutorial of this, of how this becomes more powerful as we use Sales Navigator, especially if you're in the B2B or online sort of entrepreneur space, and it can get even way more powerful. So we go targeted list, we go send connection requests to this list. And we're going to put no message. So no intro message, right? I've just found that you can see, well, I'll walk you through. It says, hey, do you want to send them a message upon your request or as you request? And I say, no, I don't want to do that. I don't like this X. So we're just going to go and send no message. I find that doesn't work a lot. Or it decreased connection request acceptance rate. Those who do accept, so let's say they accept the request, we're going to send them intro message with free offer. And you're going to see for us, this is a course. So like a mini course for us course. This could be like a discounted offer. I think if you can do it for free, that's great, because I'm going to show you, we use our course just to collect their email to get them on our email list. So course or discounted offer, or you could even offer, a PDF or a lead magnet. So lead magnet or PDF. put lead mag. Cool. So these are some ways that you can send this first offer. And then I don't have a ton of room here, but we'll just say after this, if someone does want this, so if they do positive replies, so let's say, yeah, right? So yes, I do want that. But I'm gonna show you how I do this exactly in my script, which is, do you want this thing? And I asked them an open question for them to respond and say yes to. So if they say yes, whoops, oh, come on, iPad. Well, see if I can get this to work. Cool. So if they say yes, what I'm going to do is have VA. So the VA would send this offer. So I'm just going to put here in red, virtual assistant here. And I'd even have my VA, if I'm doing this manually, send the connection request. And you could even have your VA technically get this targeted list, right? So you could have them do all this. Is how could this be totally automated off of your plate? So if someone responds yes, then what we're going to do is we're going to send link to freebie to collect email, which then goes into, which should be connected to email nurture sequence. So this is the process. By the way, the VA could do this. So you can have your VA do this as well. It's a terrible arrow, but you get the idea. So your VA could do that as well. So here we go, right? We're going to get a targeted list. I'm going to show you how we do this. We're going to send connection requests. So if you want to do this every day, you could have your VA do some every day. Send an intro message with a free offer. So for us, we do a course, could be a discounted offer or a lead magnet. And then we're going to send them to a link to collect their email. So real quick, I know that we also have a lot of people who have local businesses who want to try to use this for local. And I'm going to show you how we can make a local targeted list. However, I've never tried this for local, so I don't know how it will go, but I want to give you this idea, something that you can do here. So a lot of people that I know in my world are physical therapists. You might be like, how can I make this work for me in a physical therapy? Well, what we could do here is for this free offer, you might say like something like, you might go, hey, Brian, thank you so much for accepting my friend request. I just wanted to send over to people in my local Milwaukee area. Let's say you're in Milwaukee, my local Milwaukee area, a free visit, free discovery visit for anyone who's dealing with office pain. You might not be dealing with office pain, but if you are, would love to send you a free consult, or and if not, no worries at all. Hope you're doing well, right? So that's one thing that you could do, is just send a free. So you could say free visit for, we're just going to put Milwaukee here because that's just the town I thought of, but it could be any town. Professionals. And I always give a cop out or a way out, which is, hey, and if not, no worries at all. Hope it helps you, or maybe you can pass it along to somebody else. Cool. So this is our process, and I want to show you right now. So we're probably between Alex and I right now, we are doing anywhere from, I don't know, I'd say on average 8 to 10 connections accepted per day. And what's crazy is we're getting about anywhere from 1 to 3 positive replies per day saying, yes, I'd like your course or your freebie, which means we're putting 1 to 3 people into our email list every single day using LinkedIn automation and using a VA, really in this case, to help us with this. Now we're using some tools, but in this case, I'm going to recommend a VA or you manually to start, figure out what gets people to say yes before you then hire a VA. So I mean, my first step is test this out on your own, come up with a script. So what do we need here? And once you find out what people will say yes to, then you're going to create, then you're going to go hire a VA to continue the process for you. So what do we need in this? The first thing we need is, needs. We need one, an offer, right? And ideally, free, no-brainer, no pressure offer, right? Something that people will be like, oh man, that sounds great, awesome. And we're going to give them a way to say no, like, yeah, no, I'm good, I don't need that. So that's the first thing we need is an offer. Second thing we need is a LinkedIn account. Cool. So if you don't have a LinkedIn account, there's really no way that you can do this. Obviously, it makes sense. It's a LinkedIn thing. You're going to need to sign up. The third thing, which is going to be optional. So we're going to put 3 with an asterisk here, which is, this is optional, is LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I'm going to show you the power here of this. So cool. These are the only things that we need. So we need an offer. You don't have to have something that collects their email, although I highly recommend it. You need a LinkedIn account, and optional, but highly recommended that you get Sales Navigator, which I believe right now is like $80 a month. $80 a month. But if this can bring you leads every day, $80 a month should be a no-brainer for where you're at in your business. Cool. I think I've covered everything on sort of the high-level overview of what we're going to do. So now I want to walk you through this actual process here. How do we go find our list? How do we send connection requests? How do we send intro message with free offer and then send link with freebie? So let's dive into that. I'm going to share my screen here. I'm going to move my iPod or my iPad, and we're going to get into what this actually looks like. So let me go ahead and pull up my LinkedIn. And I'm going to share my screen. And you can see here, I am actually under, let me get in under my account. My business partner, Alex, says I help run both of ours. Cool. So I'm in LinkedIn, and we're going to say, for the sake of this, that we want to target, we're just going to say we're going to target lawyers, right? So let's say you help coach lawyers and that's who you want to work with. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to type in lawyer in LinkedIn, and you're going to see, if we go and click this tab here, people, it's going to give us 1,090,000 results of lawyers, right? Which is tons. So we're going to say, actually, no, we want to get it even, we want to get even more narrow. We only want to work with ones in the US. We're going to say show results. And now we're down to 153,000 lawyers that we could work with. Now, maybe I'm also going to go, I really just want to work with ones that are owners. They actually own their law firm. So I can go over to filter here, all filters. I can say US, and then I also want to go title as owner. And now I've got 5,400 specific lawyers that are owners, right? Now what I can do is I can actually just go through and click connect, click connect, click connect. For the sake of this, I'll just show you and click. It says you can add a note. My recommendation is do not add a note, just click send. I see that their connection request, at least for us, is better if we don't send a note. So just click send. You're going to go down and you're going to add 10 people every single day. So this takes you, I mean, legitimately, it takes you 3 minutes to go through the filter part and then send connection requests, right? So this is the first step, and you can have a VA log into your LinkedIn account and do this every day, send 10 connection requests every single day. So you could go do that. And what you're going to do is then later in the day, you're going to go back and say, who did we make a connection with? So you're going to come into my network, and we're going to go to connections, and it's sorted by recently added. And so what I would do is have my VA mark down the last person that we messaged with this. And what we're going to do is say, cool, anybody who we added in the last day, let's go ahead and send them a message. So let's just say this person, Jennifer, right? We're going to send them a message. And we would say something like, if we're doing lawyers, we would say, hey, Jennifer, so great to connect. I'm reaching out to my fellow law practice owners with a free course I put together. There's no catch, just trying to help other law practice owners grow their business. If it's something you'd be interested, just let me know. Get you access. If not, no worries at all. Need to connect, right? So it's a very typical message. I'm going to show you my actual message that Alex and I send, but I wanted you to see what this looks like. And so I would send this to every single person that I connect with, assuming they're in my niche. And what I do is I wait to see if they respond. So let me show you a real example of this. I'm going to discard this message, but you'll be able to see here. So I've been sending these messages out every single day. So you can see October 30th, had people, October 29th, congrats. This person responded October 29th. This person responded October 29th. October 29th, right? So let me give you a good example here. Here's the message that we send out. So this is a person who's a agent or a consultant or coach. And I said, hey, Chris, just wanted to reach out to my fellow coaches and consultants and let you know that I put together a course on how I'm landing clients using Facebook and LinkedIn. It's totally free. There's no catch, just hoping to get it out there and help as many people as possible. If you'd like me to add you to it, just let me know. If not, no worries at all. So this guy says, absolutely interested, brother. Thank you in advance. So now I'm going to respond to this person and move them towards my email list. So let me go find someone that I've responded to. And let's see. Oh, man. See, I got a lot of people to follow up with. Oh, my goodness. Oops. So I was doing this with a survey before. I probably missed the people. They're probably up higher in my list. Let me go find them. Here we go. Here's one that responded. So here's my response. Awesome. Here's the link to get our course for free. So I'm going to copy that. I actually have a document that I use for our VAs to go in here and paste this. Say, awesome. Here's the link to join our course. And finding about 1 out of 2 that say they want it will take us up on it and actually join our list. And so they're going and joining our course on Kajabi. Now yours might be a freebie. It might be a lead magnet opt-in. We have a follow-up email nurture sequence for those people to move them so they get to know us better and potentially move them into our products and services. That's how we're using LinkedIn. Now, the cool thing is 2 calls have come out of this already by just connecting, and we're offering a like, hey, here's our course on lead gen, because we know that's what a lot of people want, even though we offer a business financing solution, meaning we actually coach people on how to better understand their business finances, which isn't exactly directly related to lead gen, but we know the people who succeed with lead gen often start making money and run into money problems in terms of how do I manage my money? So we see it as a natural complementary service or offer. And I've actually had 2 people already go, hey, I'm actually just more interested in your CEO Finance Academy. So we've booked 2 calls already in the last week of just testing this method. This is how we do. So I have a VA come in, and every single day they're going to go connect with 10 people a day, and they're going to check from the day before who accepted, and they're going to send this message, and then they're going to follow up to move them to our course with anybody who has a positive reply. And this is how we have this working on demand. If you want a full document on this, like I'm putting together our full SOP on this, like our standard operating procedure that I'm handing to our VA, go ahead and just shoot me a message on Facebook or LinkedIn, wherever you're watching this, and I'll be happy to send that over to you or have my VA send that over to you. Cool. So the last thing is, how do we use Sales Navigator to get this even more specific? So let's just say, for example, actually, let's do two things. One is you're local and you want to send this to, you're looking for more people, but you're a local business. So you're not a niche of like business, you're a consumer niche and you're working in a specific market. So what I would do is I would type in something like Milwaukee. And we're going to go with all filters. And we're going to go Milwaukee and we're going to go show results. And you can see there's 115,000 people in Milwaukee, right? And I might say like, we could narrow it even down to owners. So maybe I'd say like, I just want to send my message to other business owners. So you got 4,800 business owners in the Milwaukee area that I could send this message to. So I could connect to them. And let's say you're a physical therapist or you run a healthcare business, or I don't know, you're a painter, right? And you want to work, you could go, hey, Maggie, this is Will. So great to connect with other local Milwaukee people on LinkedIn. My business is actually doing a really cool thing for our practice. We're offering free pain consults for any other business owners in the Milwaukee area who might be dealing with pain, especially those that work at computers. Wanted to pass this by you if you or anyone you knew would need it. If not, no worries at all. Hope that your business is doing great. Will. I just think if you get 8 people to accept your connection request every day, that message is going out to 8 new people every single day in your local area. And these are business owners who have the potential to share your services with other people. That's really powerful. And if you can pay a VA under $10 an hour to do this for you, and this takes an hour a day at most, you're looking at $70 a week, $280 a month to be creating opportunities for you pretty much on autopilot. So that's how I would do this locally. Now let's go in. I want to show you Sales Navigator and how we make this even more powerful. So if I go into Sales Navigator, which is $80 a month, we can get even more targeted. And this works really well if you're in like B2B. So I want to show you the power of this. So I'm inside of Sales Navigator and we're going to create a new lead list of people that we're going to want to target. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a new lead list. We're going to call this sample list employers, and I'm going to put self-employed, right? So, and why I'm going to do this is like Alex and I, we work with a lot of people who are solo business owners, or they have, maybe 1 or 2 front desk staff or admin people, and that's about it. Those are our sweet spot people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in attorney. Attorney is probably even a better word than lawyer, but I'm going to type in attorney as a keyword here. I'm going to go geography. I want them to just be in the US. And this is where it gets really wild. I can go and say, hey, how long have they been in their position? I don't want to work with just brand new people. I want to work with people who've been established for a little bit, but I don't want them to be so established because they probably have their money stuff figured out. And they might have money problems beyond where we can help them. I want them to be the owner. So I'm going to change this to owner. And maybe I'll do partner as well. I feel like partner is a big word in the attorney world. And here's the cool thing. For company headcount, I can say self-employed. I could even add in 1 to 10 employees if I wanted to. For this, I'm going to get rid of this and just start with the self-employed. Look at how cool this is. So right now we're targeting just the US with the keyword attorney for people who've been in their job position for 1 to 5 years, because I have 1 to 2 and then 3 to 5. And their title must be owner or partner, and they've identified themselves as self-employed. Now we could also go and find them if they're in specific groups or things like that. But I'm going to click search and you can see there's over 1,000 of these very specific targeted people. Boom. So intellectual property attorney, founding partner at law office, 3 to 10 years and 3 months and 3 years and 10 months in their job. James Cohen, 3 years, 8 months, owner at James Cohen Consulting. Boom. You talk about like, if this is who you want to work with is law office owners who are 1 to 5 years in their business. This is a totally highly targeted list that we can go after. And so I can click here. You can add all of these to a giant list that you can save, or if you really wanted to, you could just come down here and start connecting, and you could have your VA come in and start connecting with all of these people. That's how we're doing our we're using this. So I really hope this has been helpful for you. I wanted to show you my entire process. This is how we are using LinkedIn to 1, grow our network, 2, create sales opportunities, 3, build our list on the back end to anyone who says, yeah, I would love that offer. So to recap, the things that you need are 1, you need to have an offer to give away and ideally something for free. That's a no-brainer and no pressure offer for people. 2 is you need to know how to use the LinkedIn tools to be able to create the list of people that you want to target and send connection requests to. The third thing you need is either 1, have the patience to manually do this yourself until you figure out what people are positively responding to, then hire a VA. Or 2, you could go ahead and hire a VA to start testing this out for you and be able to run this process for you. This is how we're using LinkedIn on AutoPilot, essentially using a VA. And we use some tools, but for this sake, it's much better just have a VA to do this for you. So I really hope this helps. This is how we're generating 1 to 2 new leads per day on LinkedIn on AutoPilot. And if you need help with this, if you need help with prospecting or anything like that, shoot me a message on Facebook at Will Boyd, or shoot me a message on LinkedIn at Will Boyd. And I'd be more than happy to talk to you about setting something up like this for you and your business. And the other thing is, if you are running a business and you're consistently making sales and you know that now is the time that you need to get control of your business finances, please book a call with us at CEO Finance Academy. If you want to reach out to myself or Alex, we have a one-on-one program where we help you install our business finance tracking systems, as well as coach you on how to be profitable and keep your business as profitable as possible. We do multiple 5 figures a month at over an 80% profit margin every single month. It's our biggest thing. Is we think top line revenue is cool, but keeping profit is our favorite thing. And we love working with people to help them make their businesses simpler and more profitable. So if that's you, would love to hear from you. Otherwise, go enjoy, take what you've learned here today to go start prospecting even more and land more new clients. We'll see you guys.